Welcome to the tour of our WPS virtual festival experience. As you know, musicians were not able to play in ensembles like we've done in years past. We had to come up with something a little different so we can continue to be safe while we're learning awesome things in music this year. Our elementary musicians meet every single week on Zoom. We have 115 students meeting with us each week. When we are together in an in-person ensemble, we're working together as a team and building a community so that we could enhance our musical skills and eventually put on a concert. It's really important to us in this fully remote setting that we build that same awesome community and really get to know each other. We have students from across the district, all 5 elementary schools, some of which have never met each other before. The teachers might not have even met all the students before. We use Google Classroom to really make sure that the students have that classroom experience. We post each week with questions and upcoming events so students know what's expected of them and what's coming up. It also gives them a chance to talk to each other in the comments. We're getting to know our favorite foods and what places we've been to and our favorite types of music and what instruments we play. We also use classwork to give the students all of the information they need and give them information about our upcoming visitors, which has been really awesome because they have a chance to ask them questions and get organized before we meet. It's very important to us that students have multiple access points to share their voice and ask questions in whatever way they feel comfortable. The other technology tools we use to make sure that students feel supported and are fully engaged are Pear Deck. Students will be able to drag the icons and tell us if they are ready for the next step, if they need a few minutes, or if they need any help, and we'll use breakout rooms for Zoom to support them as needed. We used Kahoot, a website that is an interactive game for students and a fan favorite, to go over the festival process, information about their new teachers, and what's ahead in our events. Students love using Kahoot because they actually get to play the game while they're learning about what's expected of them. Speaking of interactive educational game websites, another fan favorite is the website Blookit. Similar to Kahoot but self-paced, students get to play games such as What Instrument Family, Music Literacy, and many others. This is actually something that we use during the waiting room to maximize our time together. Students join the Zoom early, they get to play an interactive game with each other while they wait for all of their classmates to join. Students have the opportunity to meet professional musicians in all different areas of music. A few weeks ago, our students met Emily VK, a professional saxophonist and educator, who spent the time to both play her saxophones for us and do a Q&A about what it's like to be a professional musician. Students used Google Classroom to access her website and past performances, and used Google Docs to formulate some questions so that we were prepared to talk to her during our time together live. Soon, students will meet David Sokolar, a Broadway actor, most recently in the cast of Waitress the Musical. We are really excited to meet David and learn what it's like to be a Broadway actor. Students will be taking a virtual concert field trip with Cuatro's Punto string quartet. This ensemble is noted for bringing music from around the world together, and they are based out of Hartford. We're really excited to watch their performance, which features musicians from New York, Canada, and Iraq. And we will be able to meet the musicians after the performance to ask them questions about what it's like to perform in such a cool setting. Before we start our Build Your Own Ukulele unit, where students will be exploring how instruments are made, tuned, and even put together by building their own, we will travel to New York together to the Long Island Violin Shop. We'll meet Charles Ruffino and his staff, who are instrument luthiers. Those are people who make wooden string instruments. They're going to give us a tour of their shop so they can see what it's like to be in a place that makes instruments. And they're also going to talk to us about what it takes to make a musical instrument, what considerations need to be made, and how they got into building instruments themselves. We are really excited to start this unit and visit this shop. Speaking of the Build Your Own Ukulele unit, students were all provided a ukulele kit where they will be able to build, paint, string, and eventually play their own ukuleles. We will go step by step together, learning how to put together the instrument, why the certain pieces need to be put together in order, what pieces are used and glue is used to create instruments, how instruments make a sound, how they're strung, and eventually how to tune and play them. We are really excited to get started on this unit. Thank you for your continued support of the Wethersfield Elementary Festival program. And thank you to our amazing students who are flexible, thoughtful, and kind. Thank you for always doing your best and for supporting each other. We are so lucky to be your teachers.